in your feet, your legs. Come up very slowly, just filling your body with the light of the breath in the inhalation so that there's no disequilibrium. Good. And now a counter pose to this dilation is contraction. So first, just notice you probably do have a little extra saliva in your mouth from that, so that's good. We hold our hands as though we're holding soup bowls. Shoulders are relaxed, elbows relaxed and dangling. And then you wrap your little finger in, your ring finger, second finger, first finger, and thumb, and you make a nice fist there. And hold that. Tighten your wrist, your lower arms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders. Squinch your face towards your nose. Squinch up your eyes, your lips, and your nose. Everything's squinching. Squinch your heart region, your abdomen, navel, buttocks, upper legs, knees, lower legs, heels, toes. Squinch your toes. Make everything into as tight a piece of iron as you can while you continue to breathe. And then relax everything. Let it all go. Let your arms hang. Notice where your breath is. Let the breath flow. Notice sometimes when you tense up like that, you can really notice a change and a shift in your heart rate. Heart rate variability, or HRV. And that's a good thing. We want to give our heart some cardiovascular work. So, good. Okay, now let us continue with our Abhyaṅga. We make friction, heat, tapas. It's called tapas. And by rubbing the hands and the palms together vigorously, and as vigorously as you can muster. Muster the heat today. Really go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Just like you were going to create blisters on your hands. Go, 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 go. Go a little bit more. Keep breathing. Go, go, go. Good. You got a lot of heat in those hands. They're really warming up. And then bring that heat to the back of your head, your neck region. Let it soak in and nourish the back of the skull. The muscles of the neck. You can let your head fold forward as you massage the muscles of your neck. Let your head tilt over to one side and the other. And work down the sides of your neck with the broad surfaces of your hands. And eventually you can massage the region between your head and your shoulder. You can get into your shoulder blade area, almost wrap your hand around like you were reaching for that hard to find spot. Do both sides and enjoy noticing areas of tension, maybe trigger points, tender spots, the bony structures themselves. Now let's massage the collarbone area just a little bit before we move out of this region. So remember, the collarbone attaches to the shoulder blade in an interesting little feature here, just inside the shoulder joint on the front of your body. There's kind of you can feel it, it's about the size of your thumb, little protuberance of bone. It's on both sides. And that is good to massage because it's a joint. And all of the joints have connective tissue around them, ligaments and tendons, and the health of the joint is going to be increased by warming up the circulation in that area through massage, which is why we do this. So after you've worked on that feature, then make sure to work on the shoulder joint itself. You really want to feel the muscle there, feel the bones through the muscle. You know, sometimes you can feel the tendinous nature of the muscles and the bellies of the muscles and the valleys between them. And so, stick your fingers in there and go back and forth across them. It's a little bit stringy, a little sinewy. Maybe those are the words to describe these areas. You gradually work down into the upper arms and squeeze the muscles to the bone and move those muscles around the bone. Give them a gentle twist. Squeeze, move, both sides. And you're working down to the elbows. And at the elbows, again, these are part of the chakra system, the energetic vortexes of where energy really can get like a turbine. Imagine the flow of water over a dam and it goes into a turbine and it can generate tremendous energy. Well, the energy flowing through your body, when it gets to these joints, can either create problems or it can be very powerful and, be positive. So we massage these areas deliberately to bring our awareness into them, to increase the circulation in them, and to connect the dots. It's really like we're connecting the dots with our awareness.
You probably don't need that.
Yeah, is it a little too loud for you, Millie? Okay, like this.
You don't need it.
Yeah, I'll try like this. Okay, so continue to work into the upper arms here in the muscles. Here, you want to, again, notice the tendinous nature and just simply go back and forth across those muscles there. Work into the belly of the forearm, noticing the spongy nature of those areas. And again, work into the upper surfaces of the forearms. Remember, there's two bones here, and you want to squeeze them together and give a gentle traction with your other arm. So you just gentle within your capacity. Be sure to do both sides. And sometimes you discover aspects that are troubling, soft spots or tender spots. Okay, once we get to the wrists, we are going to remember that there are 8 bones in the wrists, and each of those 8 bones, the carpal bones, feel very much like little pebbles or gravel. So right here, right at the end of your radius and your ulna, before you get to the metacarpal bones, those long bones that are the finger bones, make up the surface of your hand, there's 8 bones right in this area. So see if you can kind of feel them. They feel a little nodular. So use your fingertips to walk over them. It's a little tricky to feel them on the underside because of course there's a tunnel here and all of the tendons and arteries and veins have to go through that tunnel. That's where they call the carpal tunnel, so that can become inflamed. And so this would be really great therapy for anybody that was, suffering from inflammation of that area. Usually that's what carpal tunnel syndrome is like a overuse of it, and it becomes kind of a problem of dehydration as well. Tissues get dry and then they don't move so easily. So once you've done your carpal bones, in other words your wrist bones, make sure to massage the hands. And we've talked about this before, how the hands really are the greatest receptors for this kind of massage because they have so many sensory neurons that a little bit of massage really goes a long way towards feeling better. So, if you're kind of feeling blue in the morning or feeling a little energy zap, it's surprising we're not taught to do this kind of thing. Like when you're, you know, as a child, probably just because, you know, our parents weren't taught this either. You know, we're so busy. But this idea of like, you know, like imagine telling a child, just massage your hands, or here, let me massage your hands. But then you think about it and you remember times that you've been able to do that for someone, you know, someone laying in bed, not feeling very well, and you came up and you just took their hand and held it maybe, or gave it a gentle massage, and it really, really, really is very, very soothing. So massage your hands and really enjoy that feeling of that massage. You know, maybe milk each finger, you know, pull the tips of your fingers like you were maybe taking off gloves, you know, and once you've done each hand as much as you like, then we sweep the limb with one hand from the tips of the finger past the wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder joint onto the torso. And we want to take a different route each time, just really pressing into the surfaces of the skin several times. And we're going against the grain. We're helping the lymph to move in this direction. And we do it on the other side. I like to kind of hold my arms up towards the ceiling as much as possible, just to really help counter the effects of gravity, you know, taking things down towards my tips of my fingers. So, okay, good. All right, so we can let the arms rest for a moment, either on your lap or dangling beside you, sitting tall and coming into that flow, the natural flow of the breath in the nostrils. And let us now work a little on our sternum. And so we'll tap the sternum with our fingertips. And remember, the sternum is a site of red blood cell production, and also the thymus gland lies just underneath the sternum. It's an important part of your endocrine system or your immune system. So you really let this tapping be a therapeutic drumming. Remember that drumming is also like a very old sacred way of connecting with our origins. Yeah, the rhythm of time. Yeah, it would be really interesting to actually not only do this tapping, but to do it in different types of rhythms. All right, and then we transition into using a light fist to pummel the lower border of the rib and the sides of the rib. You can lean over so that you access and open up the sides of the ribs. Lean forward just a little bit so you can tap as far as you can reach back there towards your kidney region and down onto the lower spine, down to the sacrum. Come around onto the hips, the flanks, and see if you can figure out how to transition from whatever side you're on to the other side. And again, remembering to open up the rib cage by leaning over. You might be a little ticklish there.
We have our ladies here.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. Okay, right. So the lower border of the rib cage, and then the side. You can go around to the side. And then onto the back, towards your kidneys back there, and down your lumbar spine to the sacrum, and the hip joints and the flanks. Awesome, great. Okay, and then let's just move right into that right leg. Let's do the massage from the knee towards the hip joint on the right side, pummeling the thigh muscles, sides of the thigh, and you can even get underneath to the hamstring, working from the back of the knee joint back towards the buttocks and the chair. And then transition to a karate chopping type of massage. And see if you can move your karate chops as fast as you can. Kind of like that thing we do with our foot, where we just see how fast we can move it. And again, you can do the karate chops also to the hamstring area with the top edges of your hand. And then a little bit of the smarting action of the flat surfaces of your hands. Just to give a little pizzazz to those neurons. Good. That should really relax that area quite nicely and get it feeling pretty alive. And then, of course, we work on the knee joint. You want to, I like to take the skin above the knee joint and kind of move it over the knee joint as much as I can, and then massage the sides of the kneecap, the top of the leg joints, the back side of the knee. And we've lately gotten into doing this thing where we actually use the elbow on top. You can use your head and just to simply kind of give a little added pressure there. And this is just between your kneecap and your actual thigh muscle. So you're kind of on that.
Ticklish.
It ticklish, yeah. Yeah, like if somebody else did this. Yeah, there's some really tender spots there, some, trigger points. So again, our bodies have these amazing zones to them. They're very funny parts, and okay, so when you've done that as much as you want, we momentarily sit tall, just to lengthen the spine. You can use the inhalation, the light of that breath to really kind of lift you and expand you. Then you take a bit of a twist towards that right leg, so you can fold forward from the hips, laying your right abdomen down on that thigh so you can reach as far down your leg. Maybe you get to your toes, the top of your foot maybe, or the ankle, or the thigh, or the shin, wherever you get to, and then start to palpate, feel the bones, the quality of the skin, the temperature, and see if you can move the skin around, maybe get a little deeper, massaging the soft tissues that overlie the bony tissues, and kind of noticing those different qualities and features of the body. And when you've massaged around your ankle and you're working on your lower leg, again, we squeeze these muscles to the bones with our hands. We hold them and give them a gentle twist around the two bones of the leg there. And eventually, when you're ready, we're going to sweep the entire limb from the toes up past the ankle, lower leg, knee, upper leg, and hip joint in these broad swaths of movement. So we're using both hands